Hi, this is Mr. Phil with another math video. Today we're going to be looking at solving addition problems that happen to be word problems. Now in third grade this is a huge deal because in terms of mathematics, when you're out in the real world, when you're doing sums or differences, you're not going to be given a list of problems that say find the sum, find the difference. Instead, what you're going to be asked to do in reality is you're going to be presented with a situation that might require you to solve using mathematics, but you have to figure out for yourself what math to apply to the situation. So for example, let's say you go to a restaurant and you're ordering food, and you want to figure out what your bill will be. You're not going to be told by the waiter, oh, okay, add $15.99 plus $12.99 to find your total bill. You have to recognize that when you order an appetizer, then when you order a dinner plate, your bill is those two values put together. So word problems really model how mathematics work in reality. So as such, they can be a little bit more tricky and challenging. So I'm going to try to give you some strategies in terms of how to approach them and break them down. So this is today's problem. With any math problem in my class, you should be solving using the RDW process. Read the problem, draw a model of the problem, then write out your response. When you read the problem, however, especially a word problem, I would like you to also remember to BUCK, B-U-C-K. This is actually something that I got from another video on solving math problems, so I'm borrowing it from them to kind of show you here today to use with your kids at home. So let's read the problem first, and then we'll talk about what BUCK means. So Anna walked 534 steps yesterday and 399 steps today. What is the total number of steps she walked? So that's the reading process, but when I read, I should do BUCK as well. B stands for box the question. So I got to look for my question mark. I see it right here, and then my question begins right here with what? The question word what. So what is the total number of steps she walked? Okay, can you cross out the B for BUCK? U stands for underline the math language. So I'll put a number sign for math language. You want to look for either words that tell you what kind of math concept you're dealing with, or numbers that you need to solve the math concept. So Anna walked 534 steps. Well, that's a number, so I should underline that. And 399 steps today. That is also a number, so I should underline that. Go to the question, what is the total? Total, okay, total. That's a math phrase for sure. It means the same thing as sum. What is the total number of steps she walked? Also my underline. Okay, C stands for circle the verb. So you're going to circle the actions in it. That's kind of help you kind of recognize what's happening in the problem. So looking at my problem here, Anna walked. Walked is the verb, so she walked a number of steps yesterday. And then she did the same thing today. What is a verb, so I'm looking for some kind of quantity or value. What is the number of steps she walked? And then K means kick out stuff you don't need. So that means we're going to get rid of things that we don't need for the problem. But to be honest, there's not a lot to kick out here. I do need to know her name for my response. I do need to know that she is walking steps. I do need to know the number of steps she walked. And I do need to know that we're finding a total of number of steps she walked. So I'm going to keep it all in there for this problem. Okay, now that I follow my BUCK, I can go ahead and cross off my R. Okay. When you're doing word problems, there's two questions you should ask. Number one, what do I know? And the second question you should ask, what am I supposed to do? So to go back to the restaurant example earlier, in that situation, you would know the cost of your dishes, of your plates. You're supposed to find your total bill. So you know your cost of the dishes separately, you're supposed to find a total bill. What math would you apply to it? Okay, in this problem, what do we know? Well, we know that yesterday she walked, there's a she, 534 steps. And we know that today she walked again, but this time she did 399 steps. So yesterday she did 534 steps, today she did 399 steps. So that takes care of the what do I know. All right. Second question is important because it tells you what kind of operation or mathematics to apply. So what am I supposed to do? So for that, question, you'll look to the question in the problem itself. So what is the total number of steps she walked? Okay, what am I supposed to do? Well, I want to find a total number of steps she walked. So total means like, I walked this many yesterday, I walked this many today. How many steps did I walk in total? So it looks like I'm going to go ahead and combine these two values together. So when you combine and put together, that would be addition. All right, so at this point, I'm going to move on to the draw model process. You can use any strategy you like here. For me, I'm going to model this one using the place value strategy. So I'm going to take my two add-ins, and I'm going to break them up into their place values. So hundreds, tens, and ones here. So 5 hundreds for the first one, 3 tens for the first one, 4 ones for the first one. For my second add-in, 3 hundreds, 9 tens, and 9 ones. I'm going to add from the ones column over, so 4 ones plus 9 ones is 13 ones. 3 tens plus 9 tens is 12 tens, so 120. Get 3 0 down. 5 hundreds plus 3 hundreds is going to be 8 hundreds. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take these values and put them together. 8 hundreds, 12 tens, 13 ones. Add them up. 3 ones, 3 tens, 9 hundreds. Okay, I can now cross off my draw and model. There's my model, here's my sum. Okay, last step is the W. For word problems, the W is very important because we can't really just say the sum is blank. Since we have a real-world situation here, we should respond to the question itself. So the question was, what is the total number of steps she walked? So I'm going to reuse those words in my response, my W. So I can say, Anna, since that's her name, walked 933 steps in total. Okay, so just a quick overview. Make sure you read, draw, model, and write for the problem. Make sure that when you read it, you break it apart using the BUCK process. Box the question, underline the math language, circle the verbs that tell you what to do, and then pick out stuff you don't need to solve. And then just go onto your drawing and then your written response there. Okay, so that's my example for using the RDW process to do word problems in addition. Thanks for watching.